All right, and welcome back to Lucia's Lovely Life Podcast. I'm Lucia, your host, and our special guest today is the one and only
Abby.
Today on Lucia's Lovely Life Podcast, we are going to be talking about our trip on spring break to Florida 2023. Right, Abby?
Yes.
Me and Abby both went to
Florida.
And what beach were we at?
Seacrest.
Woo! Me and Abby will be going back and forth telling what we did at the time. Let's start with Abby!
The first thing I did in the car was turn on my iPad and watch TV. Then I got a call from Lucia's mom.
First thing I did when I got into the car was the same thing. But I wanted to call Abby first, so I did that. And a 14-hour drive, I wonder how many times we're going to be calling each other, especially since we're driving in separate cars. The state that we drove through was Kentucky, but yeah, we didn't stop there at all. But we did stop in
Nashville. I had a giant cookie, and I was there before the Blakes were.
That all, Abby?
Yeah. I stayed the night in Alabama after that.
First thing I did when I got into Kentucky was nothing. So we drove past that. Then we got into Tennessee and, Nashville, AA. And we went to a bar and we started dancing. It was so fun. Me and my parents loved it. My brother, not so much. Then we stayed at a Hilton. Then we got back up in the morning and we drove to Alabama.
Before driving for 13 million hours, we were at Florida. But it was raining, so we just went to the stores.
Then, me and Abby thought we were old enough, which we were 8 years old. We thought we were old enough to go shopping by ourselves into the town. But the first time our mom said no. So we just went to the candy store. Then we were sitting by an area where a guy was singing, and it was a little cutesy thing. And it was very nice, right, Abby? And Abby, do you remember what candy you got?
Got a giant lollipop.
And Abby's sisters and I are dancing in the rain.
When was this?
When we first got there after the candy store. Then, the next morning, it was sunny!
And we went to the beach.
Surprisingly, it was so sunny and it was so hot. I had to jump into the salty water. Miss Tall, if you're listening to this, you know that we're learning about salty water, right? Why is there salt in the ocean? Now, anyway, me and Abby jumped into the, what do you call it?
Oh, shush.
Then, after that, it was Easter. The next day it was Easter. So fun.
And someone stole my sister's bike, and we were looking for it, but we never got it back.
It wasn't scary, but it was entertaining to watch our dads try to look. Then we saw the Von Esches at the beach the next day.
Then we saw a ghost in the water.
We were little.
Woo.
Then, that same day, it was raining again. But me and Abby finally got to go to the stores by herself. Right, Abby? High five. Yeah. All right. So, anyway, we saw this guy kind of following us. And then we saw the Von Esch parents and another guy at, a happy hour restaurant. So, we, were like, hey, guys, this guy is, kind of, following us. And then they're like, oh, have some chips. And we were like, we're good. Then they gave us some free money. Isn't that nice? Then, the next day, Abby, it was sadly time to
go home.
Then, while we were driving, Abby got Chick-fil-A.
I always get Chick-fil-A.
And we both saw each other at Buc-ee's. That was fun. Thank you so much for listening to Lucia's Lovely Life Podcast. I know this one was pretty short, but
I'm Abby.
I'm Lucia. Peace out, baby.